Greetings. Salutations. Bello. Hola. So, this is Video Diary 3, and it's been a week since I last updated y'all, but that's because not much has happened. There was one big thing that I can talk about, and because HIPAA with other stuff, so I can't really talk about that. But it was a hospice thing, and we're working through it, but it's a bit unfortunate. Anyway, on to the thing that I can talk about featuring Tuna. So the day after Christmas comes, December 26th, 2025, and I finally admit to myself fully and to a mutual friend that I am down bad for one of my residents. And, mutual friend didn't know anything about it, so he was like, hey, I'm here to support you, but, like, I don't know anything about the situation, which is fair. So I just kind of kept talking to my resident, because we're friends too, and because he's also kind of student staff, and we'd just been chatting. I hadn't texted him until he texted me on Christmas, actually, and he said Merry Christmas, and I said Merry Christmas, and then I just kept yapping and wouldn't shut up, and he just let me yap. So, hi, you're so handsome, So, then we just kept talking, like, every day since Christmas, which has been, like, a whopping 8 days. I know, yeah. Do you hear the wedding bells already? No. So, yeah, we've just been talking, and I started calling him on the phone, and I actually called him on the night of the 25th of December, and that was what made me realize I liked him, because I heard his voice, and I just, like, there was just this moment of realization that, oh shoot, I'm down bad. So I told a mutual friend. He didn't, I think I already brought that up. I don't know. My brain works in mysterious ways, and my kitty boy is so cute. I'm gonna adjust the angle so you can see him more. So, yeah, I just kept talking to my resident, and we called later because I had a lot of boy drama with other people. One of my, I don't want to quite, like, call him an ex because we never officially dated, but one of my ex, not boyfriend things reached out to me, and he was like, hey, what if we, like, try getting back together? And we were friends, my ex, not boyfriend thing and I, so this actually started as, like, a friendly friend meetup. And then he was like, are you seeing anyone? And I was like, no, because I wasn't, but I didn't, like, mention that I had feelings for someone else. And he was like, oh, well, would you want to, like, try something again? And I was really tired, so I wasn't, like, quite thinking straight. And he goes, so I agreed to it. And I was like, yeah, let's try things again. And then I wake up well rested and immediately regret this. Tuna is stepping on my laptop. So I immediately regret this. And I called Nick. Well, I wanted to call Nick, my resident, to talk about it. And he couldn't call at the time, which is fair. So I sent this huge text instead. Like, I counted how many words were in it with a word counter, not manually. I don't hate myself. And it was something like 690 words. So, big text. And I talked about boy drama with one boy, and then I talked about boy drama with my ex-not-boyfriend thing, and I mentioned in the ex-not-boyfriend thing text that I liked someone of unknown identity. And this someone of unknown identity was just kind of brought up, like, 2, maybe 3 times, because I was like, yeah, I kind of regret it because I like someone, but I didn't mention that I like him, and it's this whole thing. So Nick reads the text. He calls me. Because I guess he could call now, and we talk the situation to death. So once I've decided I'm gonna, like, tell my ex not boyfriend thing that I actually don't want to see him anymore, we, Nick asked me who this guy that I like was, and I think his exact words were, I don't remember exactly, I guess, so this is kind of like the gist of it, but he said something along the lines of, oh, who's this guy that you like, do I know him? And I'm like, oh shit, like, how do I proceed from here, because I don't want to lie to him, but I also don't want to, like, tell him flat out that I like him, because that's dangerous. Because he's my resident, he's my coworker, he's one of my friends. I don't want to jeopardize all of that. So he asked if he would know him, and I'm just kind of like, oh, I don't know, maybe you'd know him, maybe you wouldn't. Really up in the air. And he goes, oh, well, like, tell me more about him. And so I think it was like 11:30 p.m. when this phone call was going on, by the way, so I'm panicking and I'm tired again. So I say something like, oh, well, he goes to U of I. And Nick goes, well, that really narrows it down. And I was like, yep. Yep, it does. Could be anyone that goes to U of I. And so then Nick, flat out, he just goes, is it me? And I'm like shitting bricks by this point. Like, I can't do it. And so he's like, is it me? And I'm like, and he goes, well, you would tell me if it was me, right? I would want to know for selfish reasons. And I go, for selfish reasons? And he goes, yeah, for selfish reasons. So I just go, you know what? It is you. You know, it's you. It's you. Would I have made this decision were I more awake? Probably not, but I made it anyway, and I can't undo it. So I tell him it's him, and he goes, oh, well, and there's this long, awkward pause, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how... I just messed up. And so then he goes, oh, well, I don't think I got here in the right way, but would you maybe want to go on a date sometime? And I'm like, like freaking out. And so I said yes. He's out of town. We're actually from the same hometown, kind of. If you ask him, he'd say something different. He'd say he's from out of state, but if you ask me, we're both from Boise. And yeah, I guess there's not really like all that much to it. So he gets back on January 11th. Sorry to like dox you, Nick, if you somehow see this. But yeah, he gets back on January 11th, and we're gonna do something between then and when classes start. I don't know exactly what that's gonna look like. I think we're gonna get Chinese food at this place in Pullman, Washington, that he says is really good. I've never been there. I also hate driving to Pullman, so I'm in for a treat. But it's in Pullman, Washington. We're gonna get Chinese food, and then I'm gonna see if I can drag him to watch When Harry Met Sally with me. So, yeah, that should be good. I'm really excited. I'm already thinking about what I'm gonna wear, because, I mean, it's a first date with a guy that I kind of really like, so, I mean, I want to put my best foot forward. So I'm thinking about what I'm gonna wear, and he doesn't know that I want him to watch When Harry Met Sally in the same night as Chinese food, so I need to actually text him or call him and ask about that. And get a solid date figured out, because we still don't know when we're going. But it should be good. I'm really excited. And yeah, that was the big update. The other thing was like hospice and HIPAA, and I can't really talk about it. I mean, I could talk about it if I was vague, but I also don't really want to talk about it publicly, so... yeah, my dad visited recently, It was really, really nice to see him. I missed him profoundly, and I don't know, I miss my family, and it was so nice to be able to see, even if it was just one person, hi Dad, love you. It was really nice to see him, and it was really fun, and I'm really, really grateful that he took the time to come out and see me. So I think I'm gonna go home for spring break, which would be good. I don't think Tuna's going to like it because he hates car rides, but I'll go home for spring break, and it's gonna be all jolly. It's gonna be a great time. So yeah, those are the big updates. Still working on door decks, still figuring out my boards. I found out that the student staff workroom is in fact open, so I can in fact access it, which is actually really beneficial. So I think I'm gonna belt out part of my door decks today and kind of change up my process, because I was doing like the postcard basis and then doing the watercolor painting separately, but I think, and then I'd go back to the postcard basis and then go back to the watercolor, but I think now I might just, because there's a paper cutter in there, I might just do the postcard bases all at once, measure out the watercolor paintings, and then get started on watercoloring today. That seems more logical. So yeah, that should be really fun. I'm at 36, so I have about 36 postcards to go. I actually need to paint 48 still, but which is kind of daunting now that I think about it, but it'll be fine. I have 6 days, so no pressure. But yeah, it'll be good. So I hope you have a good day. Try to spread love where you can and be a little kinder to yourself and to the world. So yeah, love you. Bye-bye.